So I'm sure you've seen a lot of these videos about how YouTube has changed people's lives. Being a small creator with less than 500 subs, I'm going to tell you how YouTube has definitely impacted my life for the better. So if you guys don't know, my name's Russ. I have a clothing brand, I'm a graphic designer, I screen print, and I've been making content mainly on Instagram for the last several years, ever since I guess short form has been something. Prior to that, I was just taking pictures and just doing what normal people do on Instagram. But in order to push my business, I had to learn how to make short form content. And as you know, short form content kind of feels like a dog chasing its tail. You're often thinking of how to make things and you have to do it so fast. For me, I always had trouble because I feel like maybe I'm a yapper or I have more story to tell, but it was hard to just constrict that to 10, 20 seconds. And I always felt like I was trying to trick people, how to captivate them within the first 3 seconds in order for them to pay attention and not keep scrolling. So with YouTube, I feel like it's a breath of fresh air. Not only am I able to create things and not feel like I'm speaking so fast like the Micro Machine guy,
Precision paint jobs plus incredible Micro Machine pocket place. That's a police station, fire station.
but I'm able to express how I really feel, and people are able to get a better glimpse rather than just a 5-second blurb or some kind of rapid motion video in order to keep your attention span. So here's 5 things that I would say have really impacted my life with YouTube and why I'm happy that I continue on this journey. The first one I kind of went over, but YouTube, I definitely feel like I can be myself. I feel like I can express myself at my own pace and show the things that I want to choose rather than being so reliant on showing things that will satisfy the algorithm or things that people will see in order for them not to click away. I feel like YouTube, there's going to be some hits and misses, but I'm able to make things that I truly enjoy. Of course, like most of you, when I first came to YouTube, I was in hopes of rapid growth. I quickly realized it doesn't work that way. At least it's not going to work that way for me. But I also have the satisfaction where I don't feel like I'm constantly trying to trick people into keeping their attention. That was one thing that is really discouraging about Instagram. There's so many bells and whistles and tricks and tips in order to try to satisfy the algorithm and satisfy people's attention that I almost felt like a disingenuine performer I don't know. The second thing is that on YouTube, I feel like I've learned so much. I've watched so many videos on how to shoot videos, how to upload the videos, how to edit, how to get the sound. There's just so many things where I didn't know I had a passion for the creation of videos and the cinematography. And I have so much more appreciation for a lot of the accounts that I've seen, not only just watching them do it, but also learning about different lenses, different video tactics, different editing tactics, different shot angles, different lighting, things like that. And it's really opened up my eyes to an appreciation of video. I've always been someone that I think is artistic and I could shoot a little video, but for the first time in my life, I'm able to kind of shoot things, put them together, edit them, and honestly be a little proud once I press upload. And most importantly, that's honestly become fun. So the third thing that really pushed me to do YouTube is that I'm 47 years old and I've been a creator since my 20s. I've been doing graphic design for car companies, doing magazine ads. I've done packaging. I've worked for some big companies doing clothing. And I've always been someone just behind the computer, someone that just let my work speak for itself. I've always kind of been hiding behind my work, and I wasn't really someone that really put themselves out there. But there was a switch in the way Instagram worked, maybe, I don't know, 5 to 7 years ago, where you kind of had to put yourself out there if you're going to have a business or a brand. Personal branding has become so big. And I realized that there's a lot more to me than just my work. and I want to share that with people. One thing that happened to me in the last year is that in April, my father passed away. And to be honest with you, I didn't really know a lot about my dad because, he just wasn't someone to really share much of his life. So I have little blurbs and little conversations and things that stuck out to me, but I didn't really get to know who he was or what he thought and what his take on the world was necessarily. And I have 3 kids. One of them is disabled, and I have 2 daughters. And I hope that one day, when they become old enough or that they decide to have any interest in it, that they can watch these videos and learn a little bit about me and be like, you know what? Dad wasn't so much of a dork, or he was actually pretty cool. Maybe they could learn a little something about me when they feel comfortable in knowing. Because, honestly, like most parents, when I talk to my kids and I tell them like, oh, I designed this thing and what do you think about it? They honestly don't care. There's other things that interest them. But knowing me as an adult, I mean, maybe my dad told me those things when I was younger and I just didn't listen. But now that I'm older, I feel like there's a lot of things I wish I knew. And if there were videos of my dad and just him talking about what he knew and things like that, I would watch all of them continuously. I really have this purpose in my life where I feel like I want to document. I want to document my life because I know that I will not be here forever. But based on what I've seen with YouTube and whatnot, I think YouTube is going to be here for several years to come. So hopefully people can get to know a little bit more about me. And maybe when the time comes, they can archive and see where I've come from. Not only that, but I can document where I've come along in the journey. Today is September 5th, 2024. And at this point, I only have like 420 subs. I've posted a lot of videos, but I've also like went full blast and then I stopped and then I tried again, didn't get the results I wanted, and then tried again. And, just like many of you, it's like an ongoing process, but you have to honestly put yourself out there in order for something to happen. So now, as of September 5th, I'm going to try to really put myself out there and attempt to do this. Not only for myself, but maybe to show my kids as well. Like, man, did you see Dad? Look at this video when he had 420 subs. Now look at him. He's got 422. So the next one that's really important to me is to share my experiences with anyone who's willing to watch. I have a lot of experience in graphic design. I have a lot of experience from running my clothing brand and also screen printing. There's things that I can share with people that can help them on their journey, and I'm happy to do so. And I think YouTube is a great place to do it. I've done some videos on like how to screen print, how to do a clothing brand, things like that. I get a lot of questions from people on what I do and how do I do it. So I figure like, why not share it? And this is the ideal place for that. So if I can be of any service to people and kind of give them some little tips and pointers on what worked for me, maybe that can help make the journey a little bit easier. Because as you guys all know, being a creative in the world today, it's a little difficult. A lot of times on Instagram, things are so fast, like it's so rapid. I'll make a post, it's booming for a day or two, and then after that, it's crickets. And you're constantly on that hamster wheel, just constantly spinning. And it's difficult, it's discouraging. And, I'm hoping that through the things that I've tried, maybe they'll work for you and they didn't work for me. But I think by doing so much that I've done, I can give you guys a little bit of a better, maybe I can give someone out there a better chance at actually achieving the success that they want at a little bit of a faster rate. The most important reason why I come to YouTube is, honestly, I want to bet on myself. So for the last several years, I've dealt a lot with mental health because I think I've put too much of my weight and focus into like how much I'm appreciated on Instagram, how many followers I got, how many likes. And I realized that it was detrimental to my mental health. It was detrimental to my self-esteem. And I want to bet on myself. I want to let people know I don't know how to like be a master storyteller and get people to be captivated within 20 seconds. But I've met enough friends in my life and I think I've made enough impact to know that like I do have some self-worth. I do feel that what I know and what I'm able to help with can actually help someone out there. So, if you're an artist and you're down on life because you're basing all your life on just what this algorithm or what the metrics say, I would tell you like try to take a step back. That's kind of off the point, but honestly, I'm just trying to bet on myself. I want to really put in the work and see the results. I know that it's going to take a lot of reps. I know that it's going to be hard. And I know that I'm not the ideal person for everyone out there. But I'm hoping that with continuous hard work, the continuous push to get better, that over time, maybe I can see some results. Maybe I can get monetized. Maybe I can get a few subscribers. Maybe I can, treat my family to a nice dinner from some YouTube video I made. And the other thing I'll tell you, so as a 47-year-old trying to do this, it took a lot of realization that I had to hear from a friend. Shout out Jason Chu Music. He told me, you're never going to out 23-year-old a 23-year-old. And those words kind of stuck with me because I feel that like I've been trying to, disguise myself as someone younger than I am, trying to play the game that the younger people can play. I got a family, I got kids, I got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean that I'm dead and I'm able to push my craft, become better at who I was, and hopefully just become a better version of myself. So not only is this a video to help maybe give you some inspiration to give it a try yourself, but also it's a starting point for myself to really give myself a chance. Let's see what I can do with myself. And if worse comes to worse and I get no new subscribers, no new views, things like that, I hope to get better at the craft of filming, shooting videos, documenting my life, and hopefully someone out there can find something from it. And at the worst case, somehow I just leave my mark here on this earth, and hopefully YouTube is the platform. So until then, you guys, I wish you guys the most luck with whatever creative endeavor you're doing. And, being less than 500 subs, I know that's not ideal, but I wish you guys the most luck and the most encouragement to keep pushing because I've watched enough of these videos and I've seen enough people to get from point A to point B. The fact is like they just kept pushing. It's not the fact that they're not going to make it. With enough videos and with enough time, everyone, I think, makes it. I've seen people from all different walks of life make it from point A to point B. It takes a different amount of time for each of them. But the fact is there's so many people on earth and your tribe is out there. I think it's just a matter of them following you, but they're never going to find you if you don't give yourself a chance. So this is me giving myself a chance. Hopefully I find my tribe. And until then, peace.